there, sir.
Yeah.
This is the 6 p.m. press conference with Wichita State. And number 11 seed Wichita State will play number 6 seed Arizona on Thursday at approximately 9:15, 9:20. Sports Information Director is Brian Holmgren. We're joined now by Wichita State student athletes Ron Baker, Anton Grady, and Fred VanVleet. Do we have questions for these student athletes? Question right here.
Ron and Fred, Chris Doherty from the Eagle Times in Claremont, New Hampshire. Talking with Caleb earlier, he mentioned that you guys got to play together at the Pan Am Games. So what can you tell us about your experiences with Caleb, and then what type of opponent he's going to be for you guys tomorrow night?
Ron, you want to start off?
Yeah, we got to spend about, for me, 2 weeks, and then another week in Toronto. And Fred actually got a room with him in the Springs. He's just really good guy off the court, fun to be around, great teammate. Obviously, basketball-wise, he's 7 foot, 250, so he's not a fun opponent to go against by any means. But yeah, he's going to be a handful tomorrow. But we're excited for the challenge, just like we were our previous game.
Fred, you want to comment?
Yeah, I spent about a week, and we actually got a room together. And just remember being stuck in those little dorms for the USA thing, his legs hanging halfway off the bed, trying to get some rest. So he was a good guy. You know, we bonded pretty well. It was fun playing with him. But tomorrow, you know, we step on the court, you know, that's our enemy. So we'll remain friends, but when it's time to play, it's time to play. Obviously, he's a tough challenge for any team. But, you know, I got confidence in all of our guys that we'll be ready to go, and we'll try to step up to the challenge.
Questions for the student athletes right in front?
Bill Koch with the Providence Journal. Anton, I understand you guys arrived very early this morning after your win in Dayton. What do you guys do tomorrow to get some rest and be ready to go for the tip against Arizona?
Well, Coach let us get a lot of rest today. We did a film session. We're going to have a shoot-around. We're going to look at some more film, and then we're going to get some more rest tonight. Tomorrow we're just going to look at film and rest and just get ready for the game.
Question over here.
Bob Lutz, Wichita Eagle. What do seniors bring to this tournament? How specifically for you guys? Just Arizona has 3 seniors as well that start for them. How tough does that make that? What's the determination like for seniors versus maybe underclassmen?
Who would like to take that?
I think for us 3 right here, me and Ron, what we bring is experience in the tournament and knowing how to weather runs and knowing how to advance and knowing what it's like to lose early too. And I think for a guy like Anton, he brings the desperation and the determination, and I mean, he's grateful to be on this team. So he came here to play in the tournament, and he doesn't want to go home. So he can bring that sense of urgency, and we all 3 bring that urgency, as well as Evan and Bush, to the younger guys. And it's going to take all of our guys to be able to advance. But right now we're just trying to lock in and focus on a very tough Arizona team.
Okay, more questions for the student athletes? Okay, got another question?
For Ron and Fred, is it difficult at all to block out your futures in basketball after this season, or does the NCAA tournament take care of that and you don't give that much thought?
Ron, you want to start?
Sure. For me, it's pretty easy to block out. What happens in the future happens. I can only control what's in front of me right now, and that's the NCAA tournament, and that's my teammates. This time of year is really fun, and to be a part of it, it's very special. A lot of college athletes aren't able to play in this tournament, and I take it for granted. And for me to make the most out of this tournament is very important to me, and that's why it's so easy to block out my future.
Fred?
Yeah, same. We're locked in. Tournament is the best time that we've had in college. It's the most fun. It's the biggest stage, brightest lights. And, you know, you deal with things as they come. And our future's in the future. All we can control is right now. And I think as a group, that's what we're trying to do, is stay in the moment.
Question in front.
Bill Koch with the Providence Journal. Fred, I know you missed some time earlier this year with an injury. Team struggled a little bit without you. Was there ever at any point while you were sitting out that you were concerned that maybe you wouldn't get back here to the tournament?
No, I didn't. I never had doubt in the team. I was just more doubtful of myself, and I've never had an injury like that where I've missed so many games and missed so much time in practice. So it was a tough time for me, just being a leader of the team and wanting to be out there with the team and with the guys. So I learned a lot about myself in that time and a lot about this team, and I think that was a huge stretch for us, where young guys got some experience that they may have not got otherwise, and we got beat up on pretty bad, lost a couple games in a row. But I think it made us stronger in the long run, and the great thing about it now is we can just erase all of that. Nothing matters. The regular season doesn't matter. We got in, luckily. I think we proved that, we shouldn't have been in the playing game yesterday, but it is what it is. You take it as it comes and just try to accept every challenge that comes your way. So we reflect on the season, to spring us forward, but at the same time, you kind of want to forget that stuff. And this is a new life for our team.
More questions? Right here.
Chris Daugherty, Eagle Times. The history with this playing game, at least one team that wins that seems to make a good run. What is it about this game? Some people look at it as maybe a disadvantage to have to play a game, travel, come in early like you guys did, and then play again the next day. But what is it about that playing game that seems to feed teams through to like the Sweet 16 and then maybe beyond?
I mean, it puts a chip on your shoulder, definitely. The way it's viewed as, typically the talk is that those teams that are in the playing game shouldn't be in the tournament. So we just take all of that as ammunition and just keep letting that chip on our shoulder get bigger and bigger. I can't speak for the other teams that are in the playing games, but I just know for our team and our guys, we're using anything that we can as motivation and just trying to keep advancing. It's the best part of the year for college basketball, and unfortunately we got a very tough Arizona team that we're going to have to go through tomorrow in order to keep dancing.
More questions? Over here.
Hi, Bruce Pasco, the Arizona Daily Star. I was just wondering, when did you guys actually get to the hotel, and were you able to sleep in today, or are you wired at this point? What's it like?
We flew in from Dayton. We left Dayton about 2:30. I think we got in our bed at our hotel around 5:30. Coach let us sleep in till 1, had lunch, and then we had another meal at 4:30, film, and then we're here now. Not too bad of a turnaround. It's just kind of a long night.
This time of year I could stay up all day and it doesn't matter. It's what we love to do. We could have walked to Providence for all I care. I'm just happy to be in the tournament. We're hungry, we're ready to play, and we're not gonna let some sleep or a late travel. We're blessed to be in this position, so a late traveling schedule, whatever the case may be, we got plenty of time to get rested up tomorrow. And we could have played this morning. Not that we would have been very good, but I think our energy would have been up.
Anton, do you want to comment?
Like Fred said, we're not really worried about sleep. We're not looking for any excuses. We're just happy to be here, and we're just ready to play basketball. We're excited to play basketball.
Any more questions? Bill, right in front.
Bill Koch with the Providence Journal. Anton, I wonder if you've spoken to Trey Lewis at all, your old Cleveland State teammate, and whether or not he's given you any encouragement about going out there and finishing it off in the NCAAs like he wasn't able to with Louisville.
Well, I actually talked to Trey this morning. He's out of Miami right now. He had a good night last night. He told me congratulations on the win, and then I'm winning these games for both of us just because he couldn't get that experience. So that's something big for me to actually get this experience and appreciate it for both of us since he couldn't do it.
Okay, we've got time for one more question. Anybody else? Okay, last question, right here.
Hi, I was just Fred. I was just wondering how that cut was, and do you plan to wear anything over it tomorrow, or how's it doing now?
It's good. After it opened up early, got it cleaned up and patched up. Luckily, I didn't need stitches, or I opted not to get stitches, so I'll be fine. And you put these strips on, whenever they fall off, and we go from there. But no pain, no swelling, so it's all good.
Okay, thank you.